Why would she tell someone you're about to kill her? And then she died that night.
I don't know. I didn't kill her. That's what y'all don't understand. I didn't kill her.
At 9:48 on the night of April 25th, 2024, Megan Bodiford picked up her phone and typed a message to a friend. The message read, "Jared's about to kill me. If you don't hear from me in 30 minutes, call the law." Pause. Let that message breathe. Then continue. Slower. 30 minutes. That was all she was asking for. 30 minutes of someone paying attention. Megan Bodiford was 25 years old. She was a mother of 3 children. Her youngest, a baby girl, was just 4 months old at the time. She lived on Jens Branch Road in Denmark, South Carolina, with her boyfriend, Jarrett Davis. And on that Thursday night in April, something went very wrong inside that home. Music begins to build slowly low, tense undertone. 5 days after Megan sent that text, investigators found what remained of her body inside her burned-out Ford Explorer on Turnipseed Road. The vehicle had been set on fire. An arson expert who responded to seeing a man with 18 years of experience said it was the worst burned body he had ever encountered in his entire career. 18 years. And this was the worst he had ever seen. The man who sat across from detectives days later, cool and composed in that interrogation room, was Jarrett Davis, the same man Megan had warned her friend about in that final text. He had a story ready. He had answers for everything. But those answers kept changing. Music stops abruptly. And when investigators looked at the data on his own phone, his own health app, his own GPS, the numbers told a very different story than the one he was selling. Tonight, newly released interrogation footage from this case gives us an unprecedented look at the moments Jarrett Davis came face to face with the evidence against him. What he said, what he admitted, and what he still refuses to own. It is all on camera. Before we get into the footage, drop in the comments where you're watching from. This case rocked a small community in South Carolina. Let's see how far Megan's story has reached. This is the case of Megan Bodiford. Stay with us.
One of our top stories now, a family on edge waiting for autopsy results after the discovery of a burned vehicle with human remains inside.
All of this happening with one question on a lot of minds. Where is 25-year-old Megan Bodiford? SLED is leading that investigation, and as the young mom's family waits for answers, Sydney Hood sat down with them as they hold on to hope.
Nearly a week has passed since Megan Bodiford's family laid eyes on her. They don't want to believe she's gone. All they want is for this young mom to come home. But for right now, it's the agonizing waiting game they are being forced to play. Oftentimes, when we can't find the right words,
just straighten up, hold them a little bit.
We find something to keep us busy.
I figure a little back breaking work will take my mind off of it.
It's what we do when someone is in need.
When he hurts, I hurt. If the shoe was on the other foot, they would be in my yard right now.
As the days pass, more people find themselves in this yard, just waiting for Megan to join them too.
That's hard. It's really hard. I just miss her so much. I really can't describe it. I walked outside the other day and just said, Lord, I don't understand this. This is hard.
And it'll never be easy.
But I cling to the fact that she prayed the sinner's prayer when she was a little girl, and I baptized her. And I'm looking forward to seeing her again one day.
Until that day comes, this family is clinging on to the memories they have of their Megan.
I'll just always remember Megan as that sweet little 10-year-old girl and that 25-year-old granddaughter that I enjoyed. Megan and I could talk about anything, and she wasn't afraid to call Pop if she needed something.
For now, he waits until he hears his phone ring again.
We're tired of it. We're tired of burying our kids and our friends' kids. And it's time for the law to do their job. If the laws better do their job, because this community is fed up.
The entire community is just waiting. Sydney Hood on your side.
The Bamberg County coroner said the human remains found are being autopsied in Newberry tomorrow, and an ID could take up to a week.
First at 6, a Bamberg County man is charged with the murder of his girlfriend, a 25-year-old mother of 3 who was reported missing last week after sending an ominous text to a friend.
Jarrett Davis is facing multiple charges, including murder and desecration of human remains. Megan Bodiford was last heard from on Thursday, April the 25th, when she texted a friend that she feared that Davis was going to kill her. Days later, Human remains were discovered in a burnt car not far from where the couple stayed. Nick Neville live on the story for us here in the studio. And Nick, you spoke to one of Bodiford's cousins this afternoon. So what did she have to say about this?
Right, so she was understandably heartbroken. This is the outcome that she feared and all along hoped wasn't the case. Megan Bodiford, a Bamberg County mother of 3, vanishes after texting a friend that she worried her boyfriend may kill her. 8 days after sending that text, the boyfriend, Jarrett Davis, is now being charged with her murder.
My heart it sunk even deeper than it was before.
Arrest warrants allege that Davis shot and killed Bodiford last Thursday night, and then set her car on fire while she was inside. Human remains were found in a burnt car days later along a dirt road beneath some utility poles. That discovery less than 2 miles from Bodiford's last known location on Gents Branch Road. Another warrant accuses Davis of illegally possessing a shotgun based on his prior criminal history as a convicted felon.
If he would have been locked up the way that he was supposed to be the first time, maybe he wouldn't have even gotten a chance to get this far with her.
The Bamberg County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at the couple's residence on Saturday and took Davis into custody on an active domestic violence arrest warrant. Bodiford was nowhere to be found, but her 4-month-old baby was there, unharmed. Some neighbors say there had been warning signs. Stephanie Nickens, Bodiford's cousin, says she feels like law enforcement failed in its duty to protect Bodiford.
It could have been prevented. It could have. It definitely could have. My cousin, Megan, she called his probation officer. She called police multiple times. It's just different occasions where she reached out for help.
Nickens says that she hopes Bodiford will be remembered for how she lived and not her tragic death. Her cousin says that she had a beautiful soul and was a wonderful mother. Live in the studio, Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
All right, Nick, and the Bamberg County Coroner's Office has not yet independently released a positive ID for the remains that were found on Tuesday. DNA and dental records will need to be studied first, according to the Coroner's Office, but thanks for following up on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When police began looking for Megan, they didn't have to search long to know something was deeply wrong. When officers arrived at the home on Gents Branch Road, the home where Megan had lived with Davis and their children, they found a 4-month-old baby alone inside. No parent, no adult, just that infant by herself. Davis had already been picked up, and the evidence that had quietly stacked up against him was substantial. His phone's health data logged 1.58 miles of walking between 10 and 11 that same night. The straight-line distance from where Megan's Explorer was found burned on Turnipseed Road back to the house on Gents Branch Road, 1.6 miles. GPS records placed both his phone and Megan's phone near that exact location. Then there was Megan's text sent at 9:48 p.m., and the phone call her friend had stayed on the line for, during which arguing could be heard in the background. And it wasn't just what happened that night. Jarrett Davis had active warrants at the time of Megan's death warrants for domestic violence, and for illegal firearm possession. He was a convicted felon. He was not legally permitted to own a gun. In those interrogation sessions, Davis presented a version of events that was, on its face, unremarkable. He told investigators it had been a normal night, a baseball game, a trip to Walmart, a visit to a friend's house. He said Megan had left after they argued following sex. He said he didn't know where she went. Then investigators began laying out what they had: the phone data, the GPS records, the walking distance, the timeline that simply did not match his account. By the third session, Davis offered a new version: that Megan had grabbed his .38 revolver during the argument, that the gun went off, that it was an accident, that he panicked, put her body in her own car, drove to Turnipseed Road, set the car on fire without any accelerant, and walked home. Across all 3 sessions, he maintained one consistent position: that he had no intent to kill her. We want to hear from you. A .38 revolver going off by accident during an argument. Do you believe that explanation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Jarrett Davis was charged with murder, weapon possession during a violent crime, unlawful firearm possession as a felon, arson, and desecration of human remains. He pleaded guilty to murder. Megan Bodiford's 3 children, including the 4-month-old daughter, who was left alone in that house, will grow up without their mother. What Megan's text tells us: tone becomes quieter, more personal. Host speaks directly to the audience. Before we close, I want to take a moment to talk about something that goes beyond the courtroom, beyond the charges, and beyond the interrogation footage. Megan Bodiford sent a text message that night. She named the person she was afraid of. She gave a time frame. She asked for someone to act. That is not a small thing. That took courage. When someone reaches out, whether by text, by call, by showing up at a door and tells you they're afraid, that moment matters. It is a moment worth taking seriously, worth acting on, and worth remembering.